We got ourselves Blood back in over a Subtlety Rogue over for the Team 1 with Diabolical joining back in wearing parts, or actually the full set of their new Mog. Kind of trying to mix and match himself with gold. Gonna be back in, which is Kargath actually trying to go for jabs on a VMP as the man went in. Is that full dots? It is full dots. Gold is gonna have a lot of bleeds rolling on him. He's gotta find a way to deal with those. Is that a thing, by the way, that monks had? You used to have a glyph back in the day where when you pop Fort Brew, it would remove all of your bleeds. Imagine if that glyph came back into play. Is that still a thing? Where you could Fort Brew to remove all of your bleeds? I don't think so, right? Gold almost does get the rogue out in the open. Is going to be a sap into a cheap shot. Does get the dots he needs to let the blades kind of sustain a lot of his output. Gold trying to get himself a better positional step by the rogue kidney shot right after. That's a lot of sustained damage. Gold is going to have to use everything he can to live this. Does not have any more defenses. Might just go down to the sudden doom. Oh, wait, hold on. Big damage, big kick. Oh, wait, both of them so low. Last shadow strike by VMP last second. Does have cheat death proccing with a vanish, trying to see if he can bail out of there. That was actually so ridiculously close. I can't believe it. That was nuts. The bleed damage of Assassination, dude. People are sleeping on it. Dia gonna be up next, charging on the glorious Gladiator mount from previous season. I can't wait until we start seeing green versions of these things. You know what I mean? As VMP got himself at least a bit of a reset sap to fall a cheap shot onto Dia, trying to go for big Kingsbane. I think that's what he was trying to go for. I think this is the sound that I heard. Big damage out of Diabolical because though got himself playing to defense. VMP trying to keep the pressure rolling in. Got the Succubus as well as Dia. Diabolical's not really committing a lot of damage. Needs some portals. Needs some instants. Actually, there's the dot damage as well as the eye. The eye just keeps pelting him through the wall. I think he's just gonna let this man just bleed out. He got himself Sippy. It's barely doing anything for you. Got himself one portal. I think it's just gonna be over, right? No cheat death. Yeah, Dia just trying to see if he can play it super safe. Dampening, rolling up little by little. We got about 40 more seconds before dampening really starts to skyrocket as Parth got himself a right angle, big damage, big range of the Dia, able to reach it with that rapid fire after a sniper shot. Sniper shot does give you a longer range and ability, so even if you have a rapid fire rolling in, Dia trying to see if he can back up out of there. Rapid fire, once it starts attacking a guy, it'll channel even if they go behind the pillar. Part of it is gonna have to deal with the Succubus, at least get sniper shot that thing and eventually maybe kill it. For Dia, it does give him an opportunity to at least get around the pillar. Succubus catches him for a second. Maybe he can go for Mortal Cold. Does need some kind of CC. Soulfire to follow. Maybe this will be enough damage. Big meatball coming in with an Inferno slamming down. Portals are open up back up for him. Part trying to see if he can maybe reposition as the shadowy gates and shadowy portals are still gonna barrage him little by little with those bolts of actually second bolts of shadow, right? Oh no, just one. I thought it was just multiple. Does have himself a turret trap surrounded by the pets. Got himself cooldowns rolling in right now with the turtle. Got himself offense and defense, which is not exactly where you want to be, but trying to see if he can maybe reposition away from Dia. If he can catch himself a reset into a camo, he'll be golden. Succubus catching up after him. Maybe he can go for freezing trap. He just needs to get out of combat for a second. Dia is gonna have to cover a pretty long distance if he wants to get back over to Parth. We'll have to use the line of sight in order to be able to make up that distance. Got himself a camo and actually caught a full reset. So Parth is actually a-okay. Dia, if he goes mounting up and maybe picks up the eye, he might be okay. Parth got himself plenty of recovery the longer he stays in this form. Dia does end up picking up the eye. Hopefully the Succubus was really close to catch a Part. Does get him into combat. I didn't even notice. So Dia, I think, actually positions Succubus at a far side. He's going to be on one end. Succubus is going to be in the other. He's hoping the Hunter is going to be on the opposite side of where he is at. And hopefully Succubus will be able to get him out in the open. And that bet paid off. Trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a better position. Dark Factor's up. Going for a gateway just to get up in melee. It's going to be a Mortal Cold Fury to follow. Got himself the most up on a CC. Soulfire with a Shadow Fury stunning Part. Needs all the damage. Portals are being open. With Incinerators after mad damage. Oh my. That was just an Incinerate that just absolutely evaporated a good portion of his health. Necro gonna be up next over for the Team 2. Where's Oh, Parasite is hanging out with the boys. Oh, Parasite is just hanging out. Okay, cool. I'm fine with that. I'm actually perfectly okay with that. Wait, is it not Necro? Looks like it's switcheroo, actually. Hockey's instead of having to go from one hunter to the next, it's a rogue. Instead, it's going to be a Diabolicals with a port. At least got himself the Succubus to slow down Hockey, so he's going to do some damage to the Succubus. Cloak of Shadows really early, trying to see if he can commit some damage without any Succubus CC or Mortacles. Full down to Dia with a Vanish. What is this rogue setup he's got going on? That is a wall out of Dia. Hold on, what'd you hit him with? That wasn't even a dance Kingsbane or anything, was it? Or was it a Kingsbane? Or was that a Kingsbane? Because you didn't send a death mark into him. Did you send a Kingsbane? Try to go for a Garrote, I think, go to Daya. I don't think Garrote worked. That hurts Diard. Does get himself at least a reset into a trinket. Into an interrupt. Full death mark is on him. Got him some Soulfire as a succubus catches him in place. That's a lot of damage you're taking right now, friend. Daya not in a great spot. Trying to give himself a little bit more health. Trying not to get interrupted. That's going to be a kick. Unable to really go for a full kick. Cares about, but still might die to the sudden demise. Got himself shield last second. Hold on a moment. Wait a second. What is happening? Diabolical's trying to see if he can kill him. Isn't able to. Takis does end up melting down the Warlock. That is so much damage in the death chakram or death mark. But I think with Delete You, you're just going to bloop up to his name and delete the man, take him out of the game very quickly. Necro is going to be up next versus the Warrior. If the Warrior is careful enough, if he's using his Reflect well enough, he'll be in a great spot. Oh! He saw it! Wait, while you camoed, yeah, you don't want to throw out freezing traps because he saw where the freezing trap was. He just walks up with a Reflect, stops your whole opener. It's going to be disarmed afterwards. Big survival of the fittest for Necro. As they're trying to get himself a little bit of survivability here, slow on to Delete You with the silence as well as the damage and healing reduction as Necro still taking huge hits. Even though Delete You's taking doing less damage because of the chimeric poison, it doesn't matter. Necro is still just getting absolutely chopped off by the Warrior. Got him to Reflect. This way, Necro has himself freezing trap, waiting for it. Does he get another camo? I don't think he does. He's gonna have to find a way to buy himself some time until camo is back up. Look at him, shambling bones, just trying to see if he can run away. As Necro is ready for it, man. Stormbolt, scatter, perfectly set up, but still unable to hold the Warrior long whatsoever. And I think Necro realized, oh, maybe not. I was thinking he stood in place for a moment. No hell whatsoever. Delete You just throw a weapon at him once. Wait a second. Hold on a moment. Wait. He's still... Does he make it out of there? Oh, I was gonna say, Parasite needs to go through 3. You gotta go through Delete You, Top G, and Blood Dagger if he wants to win this one. Kind of zooming all over the place. I can't even keep track of this man. Demon Hunters are so fast you literally can't see him. They are literally a blur. Stun onto Parasite. Goes in for mad hits onto Delete You. As he goes in for a Reflect, maybe he could reduce some of the magic damage taken. Big explosion. And Delete You left with no health whatsoever. Got himself whatever healing he can. I think a Warlock Hellstone just to barely keep him afloat. Trying to see if he can walk away from Parasite. Second wind slowly finally kicking in, but Parasite stops it before it really even begins. Top G or Blood Dagger are gonna have to be next up. It looks like by the way Top G is dancing, I don't think he's going to be next at all. Parasite versus the Rogue goes in for a step. Cheap shot. I think it's going to be Mad Burst. Parasite has no answer here. I think it's over, right? The fact that you lived is insane. How are you going to make it out? Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, how are you going to make it out of this alive? He can't. So he's like, okay, we're done. That one goes to Blood Dagger. I feel like I don't like when the games end that early because like you don't get the tally for Blood Dagger, but that should go to him. That's just nothing you can do. It's just not what you can do. Let's get ourselves another one going, boys. Yeah.